Hey everyone, I just wanted to check in. Obviously, I'm not in Georgia right now. I'm at what I call my Florida home. It's great. It comes complete with a daughter, a son-in-law, two grandkids, and two mouthy dogs. So you may hear them weighing in. They like to do that a lot whenever anybody walks by their fence. But I just wanted to take a minute and chat with you for a second. I have a feeling there's some folks out there that are not going to like this post. But one thing I told you from the beginning is, like I say, what Popeye said, I am what I am. I'm not a politician. I hate playing politics, and I really hate dirty politics. So I ran for the seat because I want to do what I thought was best for the county, and what that would be is what the citizens think is best for this county. I will continue to do that whether I win the November election or not. I want to be an advocate for small business. I want to continue to step up and speak out when I have an opportunity to do that, and I will. And I'm going to ask you all right now, there's been a lot of negative things coming out recently from both sides. I'm not going to blame one side or the other on social media. It's so disheartening, the constant division that we feel like we need to put out there. Please don't tag me in any negative political posts. If you want to tell people why to vote for me because you think I'm going to be the best candidate, please by all means do that, tag me in. But don't tag me in a post where you're bashing another candidate. I don't want to be any part of that. So, I've said it from the beginning, this should not be a partisan election, period. It has no place in city and county politics. We should be voting for the person we think is the best candidate, regardless on what side they are on. And because a Republican votes for a Democrat, or a Democrat votes for a Republican, that does not make that candidate any less because someone crossed lines to vote for them. So let's try to keep it classy. And also, why are we bringing Trump and Biden into these elections? I've been seeing that, and last time I checked, they weren't on the ballot for any Douglas County seat. I know, right? I mean, I did see them on the ballot for the presidential primary, but not one of them was running for a commissioner seat or a judge seat or a chair seat. They weren't on there. Nope, weren't there. I looked. So let's stop bringing them into this. This is not about Trump and Biden. This is about Douglas County or Douglasville. So the upcoming election between the runoff between Kelton and Whitney is starting to get a little dirty. And, I've been watching, I pay attention, shocking, huh? But, there was a post that came out a couple days ago. Somebody on the conservative side made a post about candidates that he thought that the conservatives should vote for. They were on the Democratic side. I mean, you are entitled to your opinion by all means. And somebody else came out and didn't like that post because the conservatives wanted to vote for those particular Democrats and started bashing the Democrats that were on there because the conservatives wanted to vote for them. I didn't quite understand that. So I replied, and it became quite a long-running conversation. Long story short, I finally just gracefully bowed out because it was a no-win. But I will say that during that entire conversation, I tried to never be ugly, but just to ask questions that, for some reason, didn't get answered. But to bring to light the fact that we can't keep tearing each other apart. We can't keep doing that. We've got to kind of find common ground. And the whole thing was about bashing one candidate over another instead of telling me as a voter why you want me to vote for your candidate. Why do you think I should vote for your candidate? And don't tell me because they're a Democrat or Republican. Tell me why. Because, there's some decent Democrats out there. There's some decent Republicans out there. There's also people on both sides who are not, they've got very radical views. So don't tell me because they're a Republican or Democrat. Tell me what they stand for. Why you think I should vote for them without using the word Democrat or Republican, or without bashing on somebody else. So, I've seen it for people who are standing for Kelton that are just bashing Whitney, and people who are standing for Whitney that are just bashing Kelton, without telling me, again, why I should vote for one or the other, except for saying, this guy's bad, so vote for her, or she's terrible, vote for him. That just brings so much division, and until we quit doing that to each other, the division is going to continue to grow. We have to work together as a county, and yes, there are going to be people out there who continue to try to divide us. We don't have to allow that to happen. And here's another shocking thing. We don't have to react in an angry way when someone is angry towards us. That doesn't win anybody. It's never won anybody. Arguing somebody, I don't care if it's politics or religion, you're never going to argue anyone into believing the way you believe. It has to be done through relationships and through conversation, not ugly. And it just breaks my heart to see on both sides that we're continuing to divide each other. And I've said it in the past, say it again, I like both Whitney and Kelton as human beings. I don't agree with them politically in some areas, but I like them both. I think that Henry's hilarious, and I think Ruben's got a good heart, and I'm not going to bash him. Why do I think I'm the best candidate? I've said it before, why I think. And if anybody wants to ask me, I'll be happy to have that one-on-one conversation with them. But I'm not going to do it by tearing somebody else apart. The Bible talks a lot about, especially, conservatives out there, we're God and country here. The Bible talks a lot about unity. It talks about how to handle situations, and that's with wisdom and discernment, not anger. Striking out in anger only breeds anger. Temper your conversations, people. Don't be ugly. That's just going to bring out more hate, and honestly, it's not going to make people change their minds. So it's okay to have those conversations. I don't care if it's on Facebook or person to person, but just do it kindly. So that when, and here's the thing, when other people go back and they look at that conversation, they can see who's trying to remain, rise above. Or, Atlanta Falcons, rise up. In this case, rise above. People can see that. And that will get people's attention more than the anger when everybody's acting like, I won't say it. But I've got a donkey. You know what they call donkeys? Yeah, both sides are doing that. So that's kind of where I wanted to weigh in today. I have my own ideas as to who should win this runoff. And of course, I'm going to continue to run in, like I said, in November. That's going to be tough because it is a highly, the community is mostly Democrats. But I don't want people to vote for me simply because I'm a Republican. And I've said it before, I align more with, I have conservative values. I am definitely conservative in my values, absolutely. I hate party lines, hate them. So, I'll say it again, vote for the person in this county that best aligns with your values. Now, I've seen this out there too. We are not banning, we're not in Douglas County, Douglasville isn't for or against abortion. We can't do anything about that as politicians in Douglas County. We are not for or against closing the border. We can't do anything about that in Douglas County. We are not for or against raising our federal income taxes. We can't do anything about that in Douglas County. We are not for or against a lot of things that are going on the federal level. So stop bringing that into it. Let's stay focused on the county. What are we as candidates trying to do in this county? Period. That's it. So let's look at the picture here. Okay, the big picture is this is about Douglas County. It's not about the Fed. That's a whole different fight and a whole different ball game than what we're talking about here in Douglas County. Conservative values in Douglas County should be financial. It should be in the way that we're allowing this county to be protected. It's not about whether you're for or against a lot of other things. And I just use some of those because those are like the most prevalent ones. So come on, people. Let's stay focused on what's important in the county. And then when it comes time for the actual presidential election, fight that out all you want. Not that fighting's going to change anybody's mind, but that's not what this is about. So that's all I got for you. Stay focused. I hope y'all have a great week. Enjoy the sunshine in Georgia while it's there, and I will check in again